Most producers fail to finish a track simply because they're working way too slow at the beginning. An idea music production is like concrete. At the beginning, it's soft and you can form it, but over time it hardens up and it's way harder to shape. And that's how music production is in a nutshell. Now, producers who finish songs consistently know one thing: speed creates creativity. Ideas have a very short lifespan. When an inspiration hits, your brain is operating in the creative flow state. But that state doesn't last forever. If you start to obsess about EQ, detailed reverb settings, or if you're micro-adjusting synth parameters, you're never actually going to finish this track. You're leaving the creative brain and you're entering the analytical brain, which is very dangerous in this phase of music production. The true goal at the beginning isn't perfection, it is full momentum. My personal workflow is very simple. First I build a loop, then I expand on the idea, and once I have the first and second drop down, I know the idea is 85% done and I can relax and I can come back to the project a few days after, even a week, and I can fill out the rest. It's like drawing the outline of a shape, right? I'm going to draw the outline, let's say, of a tree. I'm not going to color in the tree yet, but I want it to be as detailed as possible. So I'm just going to draw in the outlines, and then later I'm going to come back and I will shade in the tree with colors because the outline is already there. For me to shade in the tree while I'm outlining it is going to delay the whole process. Plus I'm also losing the vision in mind that my brain is already creating. So if I have both drops down in the first 2 hours, I can be 80% certain that I'm actually going to finish this track, because having 2 different synth leads for both drops is pretty hard, and when I know that I achieved that, I can be very certain that I'm going to finish the track. Now there's the 60-40 sound selection rule, and that basically means that sound selection at the beginning of music production matters way more than mixing. For synths and lead elements, you want to focus 60% of your time on sound selection, meaning you really want to find the right lead sounds and the right synth sounds. In terms of drums, try to invest only 40% of your time. Try to get the loop going and try to find really nice sounds, but don't try to obsess too much about the details of drum sounds. Try to rather go into the details of lead sounds and synth sounds, and then invest the other time into structuring the song. Drums are really important, but it's way more important for you to have the right lead sounds. Because if the sounds themselves already feel exciting, the track mixes itself and you don't have to worry so much about mixing in the end. So find really nice drums, find amazing synths, and then later on, when the track is basically 80% done, you come back and you're going to finish up those drums and make them a little bit more nicer and a little bit more full and round with other techniques. So don't try to obsess fixing something, try to just choose the right sounds as fast as possible. If something sounds good, it is good, and just go with that first option. If you think, oh, this is cool, go with it. Don't click through 10 more samples and find something even better. I always recommend limit yourself. There's so much noise out there. If we can reduce it, we can create the best piece of art possible. Additionally, only use tools that really speed up your workflow. Remove 80% of the plugins you don't know and only focus on the 20% that you actually do know and that you know will speed up your process. Tools don't only have to include equalizers and reverb. For me, for example, I only use one echo from Echo Boy JR. I'm using the reverb from Logic Pro X. I'm using one saturation plugin, and I'm using Crystallizer from Soundtoys. That's all I do. That's all I use on my drums and on my synthesizers. If I want to use samples, I only use samples from Splice or PML sample packs, and I have them organized in such a way that I can work extremely quickly and efficiently. Now, the more you produce, the more effective you should become over time, because the more sounds you have discovered. You should never go through the same sample packs 20 times. You should always know, from the 100 sounds, I like 10 a lot, and you should save them and reuse these, because that's also how you're going to develop your own signature sound. It's not only going to save you a lot of time, but you're also going to really start to develop your own sound. You should never prove that you're trying to build everything from scratch. Nobody ever expected this from you in the first place. So use the tools that are available to you right now, and you're gonna save so much time. And now here's the 80% rule. If something sounds 80% good, move on onto the next phase of the project and don't get too stuck obsessing over one idea. Now, last but not least, copy this folder system I use for my own project. So it's a system just in Finder. It's very simple. You have 4 different folders. One folder with 25% labeled on it, one with 50, 75, and 100. And basically what you do is when you start out an idea and you're just coming up with the initial idea and you're not getting further than the 25% mark, then you save it there. Now, you do the same for the 50% ideas. So if you're only getting a track to 50%, you save it there, then 75, and then 100. And what this allows you to do, it allows you to categorize where you are at in the production process in the future. So maybe you're going to be like, oh, today I really want to work on a track that's half finished. Then you open up the 50% folder and you're going to have a bunch of projects saved in there. And what this will allow you to do, it will allow you to train your brain, okay, where am I at in the production phase right now? And it will help you understand what else you have to do in order to reach the next 25%. Because if you have a track at 25%, your goal in that session should be to get to 50%, then from 50 to 75, and then from 75 to 100. If you try to do from 0 to 100 at the beginning, it's not going to work out, especially if you're just starting out producing. Go step by step in 25% intervals. So I can really recommend this process. Not only you're gonna feel great because you know you got a bit further than last time, you're also actually seeing the progress you have made. So finishing music isn't about talent. It is about capturing the idea before it disappears. Work fast, get the concept down, accept the 80%, and then refine later. If you repeat this process, trust me, you're going to get so many tracks done. You're gonna see your progress is going to increase exponentially. Because in the end, producers who succeed aren't the ones with the perfect kick drum. It's always the ones who release tracks consistently. So yeah, guys, if you like this one, please like and subscribe. Have a beautiful day. Make sure to check out maxblochermusic.com for more resources. I'm going to drop my preset pack soon, so stay tuned. Have a beautiful day again. And yeah, I see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.